Welcome back to the shooting channel, and today we are coming back to the Oxford Gun Company and we're going to have a round of clays with a cheap budget £150 gun. So if you haven't got a great deal of money, you can go out and have fun and have a round of clays with any gun it has. So I've picked up a cheap side lock Rizzini just to go and see what it's like. This Rizzini, it's got its right hand palm swell, it's got a recoil pad on it, it's got ventilated barrels, ventilated ribs, it's got external chokes, and it's £150. Again, it's got selected barrels. This is their old equivalent of the B/E Rizzini, but there is so many Rizzini guns. They started making very cheap guns. This particular gun is very old. It's still built the same way as an Italian gun, and it goes on forever, but it's £150. Thanks to Fiocchi. Let's see how they perform with my cheap budget gun. Pull. 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 That's the first stand done. Now let's go back and shoot another stand. We've got a going away bird and an incomer. Simultaneous pair. Pull. 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 Okay, first thing I notice, gun's a little bit shorter than what I would like, and it's a little bit low in the comb, but that's Italian guns for you. But generally, okay, it kicks a little bit, but it's £150. It hasn't got any of the recoil systems on that a modern gun has got. But for £150, you can't really moan about it. It's a good all-round gun. It's got a bit of weight there, so you don't throw it around on clays. So far, for 150 quid, you can't knock it. Okay, you can knock bits and pieces, but that's what they are. That's what Rizzini built them for. They're 150 quid's worth of guns, and they're great little starter guns if you've only got £150 to spend. Let's move on. So I've come to another stand, stand 4. The other thing that I would recommend, if you could only spend £150 on a gun, get yourself a decent cartridge. Again, I'm using these Fiocchi F Blues, thanks to Fiocchi. They're a nice little soft cartridge. If your gun has not got all the mod cons and the recoil systems on, don't buy yourself a thumpy shell. And a lot of the English manufacturers do have a real thumpy shell. If you go with some of the Italian manufacturers, they're a lot more smoother because they are built for like shooting Olympic skeet, Olympic trap. So if you've got a gun like this and you can only afford £150, £200, think to yourself what cartridge you're going to shoot with. It will make it feel a lot more comfortable. Pull. 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 The other thing you've got to learn is some of the cheaper manufacturers or the cheaper guns, they're not going to have the same feel as a £3,500 gun or a £1,000 gun. So think to yourself, you've got to learn where that gun's shooting. I've picked this gun off the shelf and I've had to learn where that gun's shooting more than my normal Browning because I know where it shoots. So when you're talking that sort of gun, you've got to think to yourself, you've got to make it shoot where you've got to make your mounting right to make it work. Balance wise, balances pretty well. It's a little bit barrel heavy, but generally it balances reasonably well. Let's move on. Again, a couple of little other features. Gold trigger, not a movable trigger. Then what do you expect for this? Side plate, fore end is a little bit thicker on this one. So again, most decent shooting schools, if you've only got 150, 200 pound, most decent shooting schools will have quite a lot of this sort of stuff in stock. This one has got a little bit thicker fore end. So you've got big hands. This actually works because you can hold it slightly better. Beads, mid bead, end bead, multi-choke. This has got sticky out chokes. It's got all the stuff that a modern gun's got, but just made to a price. Pull. 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 Again, shoots a little bit higher than what I would like, but again, it works. It does the job. Pull. Pull. So that was my round of clays with a £150 Rizzini shotgun, budget shotgun. Again, don't let shooting put you off if you've only got a few £100 to spend. You can still, okay, you're not going to win the Olympic Games with one, but you're going to go out and have a bit of fun and shoot around the clays. And that is what shooting is all about. Enjoying yourself, breaking clays, going and shooting and having a bit of fun. I hope you've liked this programme. For more information or any comments you've got, please comment below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.